We sit down on Leone on the 25th. Now ACC say ACC indictment update. Then give we boku name them. But one of the one we interest we now the former flag bearer for the All People's Congress Party, Dr. Samura Kamara, indicted. This Chancery building na New York. Who side this case come on? This case come on from Africanist Press. Now they likely secret. However, Africanist Press gets who that them be the point finger pa. Ali Kaba and others. ACC pick up the case. ACC do their own investigation. And now the people them wire where they indict. Saidu Nalo and Fode Vafomba Bao. They want and then a 10 count of corruption offense then get. You get Dr. Kande Fode Basil Kamara in a 16 count. Yeah. 9 gets. And they look for them. Jules Sanders Davis in a 2 count inget of conspiracy to commit a corruption offense. Fode Bio he also gets separate charge with 10 counts where involve failure to comply with applicable procedure and guidelines. Jules Sanders Sion now give the contract for the reconstruction of the building in the 1 count of fraudulent acquisition and another 1 count of knowing deceiving a principal. Basically, you don't see that now. All the names then they can't tell the one go to. At the Caliph for the Suma. A and Jules Sanders, then a 1 count on conspiracy to commit corruption offense. And 2 count on failure to comply with applicable. Okay. Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara. In ACC say, then charge him with 1 count of deceiving a principal and 1 count of misappropriation of public funds amounting to $2,560,000 United States dollars. Is somebody hearing me? ACC indicts Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara for 1 count for say he deceive a principal and 1 count for say he misappropriate public funds where reached 2.5 million United States dollars. Where that money there for be go for the reconstruction of the Sierra Leone Chancery building where they na New York. All them people here I don't call so will be arraigned. Then go appear court. And a magistrate and a justice Adrian Fisher. APC not like Adrian Fisher today, they not like tomorrow. Justice Adrian Fisher. And then they get for be the 10th of December 2021. ACC want for reassure the general public of their own determination for protect public funds and resources of Sierra Leone all the time. But Kekoka say, he say ACC say some of the people don't begin pay the money for that building there. But today, they not tell we who than are them people in there. Okay. Now December 10, they get for appear. December 10. We dey wait and see what thing get for happen that day. Well, Dr. Samura and himself been say if ACC get anything against them, make he can go na court, make he go defend himself. So, ACC don't show say he get something against them. Let we see how this unfold. $2.56 million. They say na Dr. Samura Swela. Bagolom. All right. Let's see how Justice Adrian Fisher go handle this case. We hope say, oh well, I know, I want to say that rest how ACC do, but anyway, let's see. Let's see how this one come on do. Because that rest soon, we know how ACC now so them be make breaking news at the end of the day. Onkulo na in the labor so. But if in one later case they come up, we then say election 2023, let grab say you want for be flag bearer. At the tech sabi say that case they not been die. Okay. Dr. Sylvia Olainka Blyden. What did they go on? Some people say it all over the place. Some people say, you know what they do? What really they go on? Because in the mayor, but one part the audio, it tell we say get bone for pick with the mayor. Some man they say the mayor na in the one give na deputy flag bearer. Deputy flag bearer don't they? Now I make second in command for the next election. Now some people in the talk, but not forget say back until the APC be don't go pass the court order constitution say no to selection again. Now na election. So we go see. We go see how that one they play out. We see mayor go parliament. Why? Because Sylvia Blyden, well, you go say maybe na whistleblower. Say the Auditor General. When people let me they rise up in favor of the Auditor General, Sylvia Blyden say, First of all, Lusa be get born with the Auditor General. He said the Auditor General be say he ain't thief money and da. And he said this not to create business and all these things. So like where people they paint like say the Auditor General clean and pure, and the Auditor General in your own side, be point finger per way. At the end of the day, in go na the Commission of Inquiry and in become out a free woman. Okay. You go. What? Since we talk about this Commission of Inquiry, what's in the latest on them? So only money will spend. Now so you go no more. for thing. Alright. So, as that one day on, the Auditor General, and Dr. Siva Blyden, he begin with, okay, you go send a journalist back. They do investigation, a whistleblower, and everything. He say the Auditor General not look the way for look na FCC because it dey cover for the mayor. Now I go find the audit report. He underline them for say side the Auditor General say him be go FCC but they not be able to forget and the document them. He say just pass them. Well, now then case your parliament lek. With all waiting the pass on social media. Parliament not get time for that one day. But since the Dr. Siva Blyden ain't talker, so Parliament say, let we call the mayor. Let the mayor come. Well, inside this mayor, yeah, in your talk, Dr. Blyden try for implicate also the Auditor General. But anyway, the mayor go Parliament. Mayor go Parliament yesterday. The mayor pull everything and how everything. We see the video. I don't know if you not see it. Well, Beyond Borders TV and BDD. Usef Shiaram. You see the video. This net before they come on. They pull another audio back. For say all because people then they say the way how the panel been there was like intimidating the mayor. In they say no, the panel be professional, and the mayor now not act in a professional manner. Now not act in a professional manner at all. And so in the say. Anyway, he promised we another audio where he say he go address the bank governor. He say he go address the bank governor. He won't take on this with money issue. He be say this net but I don't think say he don't come out it. But we want for wait and see how Parliament go handle this. The mayor don't hand over all the documents into Parliament. He also promised to go email in the document. Parliament go sit down and take a good look at them and see what Dr. Siva Blyden they talk about. So if they are running, they give names, they wait for call for interview. So let's see if Parliament go listen. Councillor Abiose, he say now other Creole man way. The mayor no work fine with way pull come out. And for this audio, he said the mayor don't done. The mayor not able to do any damage control. He don't done. Okay. And so he say, we'll go see how that one day unfold for we. We hope in this audio this net. Even Femi Claudius Cole gets yon. He say Femi Claudius Cole, like, I don't know, he created on I need meeting, you know. Eh? He created, hey, when I need meeting. Because the how the game they play right now. May I feel say una need meeting. I need better meeting. And a woman them back. The woman the way they say activism, he bash them. Aye. Well, he be don't say in a team pepper them. He say na Team Pepe them. Say na Team Pepe them. But one thing where you look at the comment section, you not get nobody where they in between. You not get nobody either there for the mayor or you there for Sylvia. That's what you did. Michael Cook has saying organize the meeting. Seriously, I need for me that meeting. Eh? Jerome saying go be the judge. Okay. All right. President Julius Maada Nubio don't sign the global pledge on media freedom. Hey, we are free. Hey, we are the media. Couché. He say press we professional. We no depend dakadeke business. Is central for country in democracy. That's what the president say. Press we very professional and we not depend dakadeke business. Is central for any country in democracy. He sign and make a commitment. I stand in place of the government too for improve media freedom domestically. So we will not mix. Media freedom domestically and for work together internationally with Media Freedom Coalition. Okay. Improve media freedom domestically, but also the Dakadeke one them. All right. He say, in government, please for don't sign up as a member of the Media Freedom Coalition. And for say Salon are the 5th country for commit to the principles and values of Media Freedom Coalition. Okay. To me President Bill, me on asiso. Yeah. Free. Not academic business. Unfettered. And professional press. Not so no more. But it help in democratic governance. It say na critical thing we go make good governance and democratic participation run smooth in our country. More public scrutiny, not less. But the other sabi mi padile kolamba. Me ane call name. The president say more public scrutiny, not to less. A good for greater transparency and accountability inside government business. And the pardon talk. More public scrutiny. That's a small one. No? More. Now, you say, then they cost transparency. Okay? Mi padi, una tela. I see you say again. I go and touch before I left here. He expressed the appreciation for the invitation for participate in the formal Ceremony for sign the global. Okay. It say 1 year for more Indon sign the repeal of the libel law. 130 registered newspapers, 165 registered radio stations, and 42 registered television stations continue for operate freely. 42 stations, TV stations, na salon. Usai. 42. Usai. Okay. Something a hub then get a salon. Something a hub. But 42 registered television station continue for operate freely. Can we count AYV, SLBC? This last time I go see them get one new gospel station. One just opened at Kenema. I think both have get. Also again. I try for utilize all the 10 fingers them. We go reach 10, then I go look for the other 32. When I get station in a salon, we reach 42 TV stations we me no know about. We go for ask for the list. Who side in the broadcast? Or we can't go just a scan a 1, 2, 3 no more in the cage. Yes, I know say Kaima TV na Kenema. Star TV FTN, okay. So who side will reach now? Everyone in Leone. In a related legislation, the IMC Act of 2020, they say, then they support training and professionalism for reduce yellow journalism. For reduce yellow journalism, regularize the wages, and revise the media code of ethics. As so the president say. Yes. Also, since we did Jerome left now. Makale Kamara, he just never no more for call me paddy name. Hey, if you not sabi me paddy well, why not against you? I say make una go call me paddy. Me need to call name now. The pan I don't talk and say public scrutiny. The president be address the nation on the mid-term population and housing census. Wait for happen next month na salon. So man go lucky, then go meet up and then go did Then go did then go count them. But this mid-term population census, you know, say pada EU report, then be frown against her, All the one the way the president call say they help them. You know, call EU day. Abu Conte they actually say Tripoli. You know, yellow journalist? No. Me na black journalist. Yeah? Me na black journalist. Me not a yellow journalist. Me Abu Conte. I hope you answer that question. Day. Okay. Anyway, the mid-term population and housing census, you say from the last one, then go, no, it talk fine. It talk fine. Until here, But anyway, we don't try. Not so. The midterm census, now then get for count. I do. Midterm census and also the press freedom. Good for we. We don't sign up. All right. Well, you don't hear everything while in a table. Not all things and the way happy no. But another mile. We go begin come with we panelist them. Then from there, we go open the phone line with yourself. Go able forget about it. For now, make you bring come us friend, make you hear waiting na you take for today and in summary. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pule, for giving me the platform. And thanks a lot for the information we were able to give you. It's a lot of drama actually. We don't go inside the week. Some of it you can look say you got a bit of humor, but with seriousness of the effect. But the statements people and they give out actions trying to help the country for go before. We don't see mostly the week we start with money business more. This money business will be kickstart inside the week. He talk about how then they manage the money, how they don't take debt, how if wages they don't go up. And in terms of business, how they even run for influence business, then you see back sidetrack things that they happen at the side. We all should be pushed towards money business. The mayor that they can ask Kanaya about investment, people that they can inside and the money, not on the investment side, but like trying to do development in certain sectors. So you find out, say, all this they come about because of the way we would try to approach each sector in terms of how we get with agriculture sector, with finance sector, but always as we see the economy and they always bring inside good thing way for develop we country. But we always find out say, in terms of this political economy, what people and they bring inside politics more, they know they go the right direction sometimes they take ventures them. You find out say the most time that relationship way for day between people when individual the public and then you see the politicians and you see the government. This relationship, they go like a circle wherein they go in the flow where they do this, you get the policy where they come inside, you get when they bring come situations and where they can do something. But you look say all this, you can look from the mathematics what they do. They can call them political arithmetic. And this political arithmetic, I think in a theory one economics guy been give one time. You see, when una as a country, what them if don't they look at when them if don't they do anything what they want for do in the country in terms of monetary, how the economy they grow, how you able for do your services them so that you go able for deal with them chiefly the services that we don't put inside the economy, macro, micro, small business and big business. You say you for always look what in you money they take. And you look back, that demographic, that what you mean, the made up of what in the population make up of. You look at your population, what you get. You look at the revenue, of course, I will not mention, and then the extent of each value of your land piece, like you will get salon, we get land yanga, we get land, so each value of that land day. All the things there, you put it together, then you look back, what you tax they work with. So, but if you always get up one side, you make a decision without all the components that you really look whether they decide if now old age the population made up of, or the population made up of younger age, or the population made up of people and where they low income them wouldn't get, or people them where again now see the land where the land is able to give them produce, or the land they raise revenue from other source. So you get for put all this arithmetic together. And I you, the politician, you get for look, say, when I don't get this formula, that one that I get for use now when I can't do the implementation. Because one, I want to do development. One, I want for let thing will get a value, the face value of the currency, the face value, because now they make up the money value. I mean, the country economy, you value the face value of your currency. If you not able to get a value, even if you pay workers, they say, as they pay them, now so then they go buy inflated goods of price, they wouldn't inflate, or goods they wouldn't get inflation in prices, increase prices rather. But the point that is right for Arabia is that when the government they project any economic development, and they know they include this one, the way that the sectors they now wait for help them for know how the population they, how this come, how this revenue they, how the tax, who that they make up that population, or who that they get, or who that they know they get. They just they do and almost say, well, we do them blindly, and then later we can't do the mathematics. You will see that one directly in terms of, first of all, the so-called the census where the president finally give in dates. Okay, there's nothing wrong in the census because it's doing all these things we will talk about. But in the finals, you don't do the maths first, you don't do the development, you don't push income, you don't project development the yonder. And then at some point now, towards the end of it, you can project, say, you do this thing here. Waiting, you go see, say, they reflect. You go reflect on the budget, you go reflect on expenditure. You finance, even when they really do this program of this census or forget the aggregate numbers and so on, they don't get, first of all, 6 million what the government puts, then US dollars. The World Bank then give 6 million first for the digital we make, and then they give another $10 million when for the basket and other things. So in the total, I'm say 1066. You look about 22 million apart from other things that we don't come. And during that process, there was a delay in tablets, where the tablet then will not even go pay. We get them as a loan. But this other area where that money all don't go, not just the digital, the digital section and the area where they put the baskets in, gather the people and together, where they for who care. But the point is the data collection, when they do the method when they do, it's a good one because now digital. But they compare between when you don't go spend things than before, and then you can again for can do the second spending for able to get this maths so that population will show you say, yeah, they not get better money, yeah, they not get better host, yeah, now so it make up, so we'll develop them. So you go find out say now the second and third phase you get the development. Say then get 5 years, the other 5 years now you go think of doing it, but you go ask yourself, waiting the land they make up or waiting at the spend, it go able to reproduce the amount we have been get. So you see, say most time, waiting with the experience, the revenue where they can at the country more, where they help the people okay, that people in a magician, it come from within the Sudan remittance receive money where they go. That within we now the diaspora people they abroad, then they send. And this remittance recipient, them recently how you call them the World Bank, don't name 10 countries in Africa, where we say it's over 45 billion. We in total of them 10 they are now the sub-Saharan, we people in the key. Then we as Salon, what we able to get now 59 million. In other words, waiting would they say then 10 point 20 point 50 100 would they go inside the country. So the finance the money there wouldn't they go, then can go help household because obviously now household and they go for because then they check the transaction when they go to household, probably go send money, they ask you that they send and so on and so forth. That information and they feed them back to the one they get. But the point here they say the money there, you see them they go. But what they can affect some people and some man will say like keep small and develop. It will affect the taxes, it affects other things and we not get fixed rates. And then it affects the one way now the floating price of goods and services and the floating price of the currency. Then you see now the Bank of Governor can't inside you can't do your maths. In come with the maths, initially we say it was a psychological one. But to the tail end, we get now waiting with the see back. It tell we say, well, I did do am only for entice people them so that they will bring loans inside the bank so that they go able to get money when they circulate. But that formula the way he use, he looks he do different dimensions from his statement. You go see say I dey do am for like get money we don't put like we don't dey barrel banking or money we dey bank na the host like we able for bring them. But that one they know they help the problem because when they get foreign direct investments then they come, then you see say sometimes the policies that you want the fiscal policies that what the government they put, they know they meet up with the way with the revenue for common, like people that they go do business, say like Dangote and other people in the kind side. In the finance, you now they put them things there in place. You know they get anything where them they don't do that land for no but tax for no that land they able for put for rest or you will get iron ore. You don't do that mathematics for no demographics. You can't put so that you will able cover the foreign exchange you will get at the government. So I think they say always the mistake they come in big one in big time. You would allow you see the foreign investor they come, he can't get. Then you the policy maker now, because all the one day now in the inside waiting in the transfer the policy the way they put behind the things, the way you don't get all this, so that you go safeguard the hand outside the money for come, outside the revenue where I will use for doing match for that will work me on work, or based on if na foreign investment then they come directly, or if na overseas development assistance they come through other things and so I go able to know how I go able for put inside. So like they see now say most times the currency you know they get value, it go dey leak small because the fluctuation of the pound, the dollar. So whenever they go to the market, the Leones, it go there and then you know they come back with the value we even get because the exchange rate they go. Because it fluctuates. So you get for you they do that match there. They involve because all the entities that involved, you get the bank, the inside, you get the accountants, you get even the MDs, and you get the Minister of Finance. Then now they do this arithmetic where they go able to know all this. You involve the one that we involve now for do the census, who don't know about sick man, the Uboku, the one that we know about the agriculture. You get all this calculation for know the statistics. Then when they sick, where they need this attention. The hospital are then sick, we then get this. Just like when they doubt about almost ready, then they know statistics or television. So you get all the statistics in hand, you then deal with them, so you be able to go. Because you transfer of wealth, first of all, people and during that time they for can't invest because then they always make that option. They say, well, we go do business and because we don't see then your demographic, then your land, then your tax system will enter. Through a tax system, and then when they go, we don't see someone and they sell gold or diamond, or we're able to go put this business on a cement like Dangote do. What in Dangote, I bring them back again. Right now, look at the strategy we Indian use. Okay, within just 2021 and 2021, they go invest a $19 billion value work where they go do now the east of Nigeria. Because even they do rice, even they do something like textiles, sugar, cement, and logistics. So now, what they do? You don't get what they do something like a financial slab. You know, they build up in stepping stone. Now, he moved from sugar, he go now to cement. Now he move to another business where the copper and other things that we try to do in East Nigeria. And he testifies say that financial profit where he make, the income inside just half of the year of this whole paper, before he reach a midway, he don't get over $500 million. So now he go build up something else for go up. So you see the foreign investor, you don't open it because he see that maths what you know they will do for some let people and get the profit of her, he don't sneak in. He don't can get. Now he develop and he aim say he wants to do a modernized Africa business for Lego do. So you see all these kind of strategies that what they can say where you as leader, you whether you place way for work, you as an MD or you as a public sector person, and the government with your policy, then you go see say you dey enhance the people in development one because they know the responsibility, fair taxation, fair these people they know the responsibility. But if you allow all this, because if you not been get all these chances, you open door for foreign direct investments, they get overseas development, they can side back. When they come, they get a struggle for that one they go we invest because NGOs and they under people and they under all these kind of things. So you go begin to see say the development it dey drop. So it affects other agencies there. Now the other agencies then because they don't see say the match already do and fine. Now we dey enter for do we entry point. Like the main example, now we dey come, we not go give una EU money again. We dey go hire project for can build the road. We dey go hire this for can do this. So you begin to see now say then the doubts they begin to come. They begin to give people and they give statements and way then they begin to confuse you. And themselves would then like the bank governor in your statement, he say at some point again, mathematically, you know, go influence a buyer, you know, go influence a producer. You can when you influence a producer that you still stick to the inflation. All it in until we originally now for create the psychology, see, you know, they care go boku money around for say, oh, this money is too big why they work out, or I know they expect for get million. So I just the reason out within those Leone's level. That was the initial idea. They say they try for quarter inflation for attract business. Then now they say the denomination, all in the canto, what are they talk about people and they use metaphors, all my politics and they use a metaphor can't change thing in appearance. People that wouldn't have public sector user, all that they do is always end it to confuse. We as the populace who listen now, we did it, who were able to understand. They give terms, they begin to call people them by different names. They call them this rascal, they call them this type of things. But in they say he gets a little bit of rascal attitude where he grow up with. So he's not a bad man. He's not a good man. He go find out when he even grow up, this is troublesome people, like, even a classroom. Now they were troublesome but very intelligent. So that troublesomeness they show him as the age degenerates. They see say the value of even young thinking in a work, but they see say the depreciation because we know they get people that would be ready for a place. In a using wisdom, but you find out say the wisdom we they use now wisdom where you know they work for expand. Because if you go cheat somebody in a class, say demand and supply, I go able for control them by spreading this method of all the money. The simple math is that the production and trade, now you get for control. The production and trade, you get for control and by minimum extend the value where you don't put spending money, where if you see the money in value there, una keep una bank, una produce, una keep, una control, una natural resource, the other things and they will be able for say fiscal policy, no can able to overcome monetary policy. Now monetary policy then we able to develop, then you back up the government then you. But once the government they overshadow the one and they throw grants and we come, they get one fund where they go. You just say the one time once the development not there as it did. Now only when the development not there, we don't steady, we not say we get reserve, we will get people that will know the economy, we get we own people that will invest locally domestic product, and then we able for export and import, and then you will get value to the goods. That's when we will get the value to we own currency, and then you see development they can inside. Then people are not going to get misunderstanding. They know what begin question the mayor because if people and they find entry points, you see. So there is always an entry point for anything. So the government get what they look into wherein them go they get good reflection them when they sit down they reflect. Say that simple thing I know they do them so that to know go spend. Then later now we come back. We don't say we don't spend this. We see you don't even give a caution. So the spending of the time for the statistics when they do so this nationwide they're not saying it wrong, but they try to look about that area they where the money, the value we don't go and the immediate turnover what it be say the immediate turnover it will take a while because the only help way in this sometimes the cushion now from that remittance sometimes people and go the same money then they go but we now will not get a big remittance because when you look at other countries Nigeria they get the biggest they are about 53 billion where they go now just about 22 million. So because of the population, but not to that one day. You go find out say we in a family, like one family, they get up to 5 people. So the family then will develop. Not that it is wrong, but we not get like for say, oh, well, we're lucky for get almost every household. 1, 2, 3, then we'll get 1, 2, 3. So you find out the population small. So government therefore they look into anything there and say, well, people then they help we, then they help the nation. So if we don't get our help there, we about a certain percent to the GDP indirectly. That's a GDP, but indirect. So we get for put cushion where you will not go allow the bank then for say they always introduce you don't bring money, you can't keep up. Because now that is the bank then they do. Fine, go before the bank they do the color the bank then they say that puts on the issue. It's similar strategy. So you go put 250 that you bank account. So then we're able to circulate the money. So in do another strategy, but it become like a difficult thing for explain. Wherein they get game where they play. It was years back where young guy they play in the street. They say they put table so like they stool them. They hold this rubber fact. That the rubber only used for make rubber fact. They snap at the table. He round. I don't know how many people all know that game day. Then they get like a stick or pin. Then you they get 10. You see one Leone. Then you say okay, at the round and you put middle because you don't see like a middle. But you know they watch out as you put a middle where you don't see no round, it reverse the team back. So when you pull her now, he not a middle again, he out, he win you. So these are all the kind of things we don't want politics for put inside now we life. Anything really do genuine so that we'll be able to get reflection, good production, and progress. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. And let God make our leaders reflect. For do that, and Google will help you develop. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, that's an us friend in your submission for today. Let's come with Tony. Make we hear waiting a get for you. Welcome on board, Tony Toure Jones. You get the platform.
Yeah, Abraham Kusha and Kabo, family them, one of the listener Kusha and Kabo. And me want look the bank governor inside. You know, when they start that thing, they give out them dollars and everything. Of women they say it's not sustainable, it's not long term. What them for me don't do probably. You get with you call financial instrument. You understand what I mean? Then for me they'll probably work with the commercial bank. You understand because they have all those commercial banks. They're under the supervision of the central bank. We are in at some point, they may give them some policy wherein they're not for keep certain amount of money per day. They go for the log with the central bank. Okay. They probably should have worked with them and set some instruments. And the reason we do that in a day, you get like a long term benefits where you will say you will sell out in bank loans, bonds, lease, and other forms of finance and everything we are in. If then say then tag those instruments with very good interest rates and everything. Some of these so-called guys then will get money in the hand with was what do you think say them go do? Then go cow the money in a bank because say if a money keep in a bank for 6 months or 1 year, at the end of the day, you can forget a very good yield or interest rate you go gain. When you do that things, then those instruments then especially if they look at a long term, because you know for a quick fix in terms of stuff. You get all their money then they in circulation. At least 70% of their money then they with the people then they keep. You understand? Then they come at the bank them. And what's in the happen is this the benefits here. I'm able for control inflation. You know the basic economic they say too much money just into goes in circulation, they lead to inflation because there's so many money in circulation. They happen now, right now, because there was a time they don't inject into the economy trillions of dollars with them. They give people them free for no work done, so much they get unemployment. So it's ripple effect. Now with the yield, so now where you see this kind of inflation where they happen in America. So basically the same thing. You understand? Instead of giving those foreign currency, because mind you, yes, they should have strict on their policy we are in. If you want for export or for import, we let the commercial banks or whoever bank we delays with, they can do the transfer. So basically, it avoid the situation we are in. You know that for beginning pet for dollar again. Say I want go Guinea, I want go this. If EcoBank they Guinea, EcoBank they Salon, it's easy for make you work, you take your money, you open. If possible, I would encourage them then get an account with EcoBank. So you don't need for course they get go Guinea with money. The money then you probably can just go to any EcoBank branch in Guinea. You will do money and transaction. Easy as that. But this policy when they bring down, it was not sustainable because you look, if you remember at one point, the one full power, the deputy, the chief imam or whatever say, it's a salon economy, then a streets. And these are the key players. These are the people that way they're very instrumental. These are the people that way they regulate. Wait for say now then they control the economy because I know how for names here, so you understand. But these are the people that way get huge sum of money because of transaction. Let's get three reasons why possibly they keep money: transactionary, precautionary, and whatever. You understand? I don't even remember the other one. These are the people that keep money in their house, not just because they want for keep money. They get those reasons where they keep money in their house. So, but if you get a very good interest rate, then the way they talk about their financial instrument and then what's they call it, it go help for cut down on the internet. Let me give you this thing. Let me give you this instance. I have a friend when they work now in a particular bank, Nigerian bank. This guy be in charge of foreign. I think I'm done talking. I be in charge of foreign currency. This full man kind of bank, he just hear the man they talking on phone say, but when I go supply me cement and iron rod na sites to me this and that, this full man access me man say, is that a bill? I say yes, I the bill in the social society na social society. Me man, the guy just don't know more na office. Then they call and say, this man way they operate, they all they do business. Don't go deliver 200 bags cement in the sites. Zero cost, free of charge. You know, so if you get of them, we go get 200 bags cement free, and he comes to you say, Abraham, I want $500,000. Put under 5 different names, so you not go raise red flag for saying, I mean, one girl you give that money. It's possible. So again, what you're looking at in this situation? Therefore, discourage those dollar business. You understand? Just like I likely mentioned, previously mentioned, say you get people that way if not China, the person they do business. So you empower all the commercial bank, but that money where they give is not sustainable. Then cause with dollar rates for go up high so. You go surprise for no say $100 na Guinea, na 900 something franc. You not reach 1 million. Imagine Guinea when we money 100,000 salon money, now 150 franc. 3 years back or 4 or 5 years back, 100,000 salon money, then they give 150 franc Guinean. Now, Guinea money now at par with salon money. $100 na Guinea, no reach 1 million. $100 na salon, over 1 million. You understand what I mean? So all these things, this quick fix, in the help economy, in the even help. You understand? So they have think outside the box and make you get what you call best practice. He can be a professor, he can be a this. That doesn't mean he has the know-how. Because in scope of in specialization, yes, probably that. But you get the normal, the world is evolving. There's a lot of things that where they emerge every day. Even doctors, even lawyers, even certain things, even accounting principles. Then they evolve. There's a modernization. There's certain things. You know, me say being a professor means he knows everything. You can get the best practices. See how we get a kind of economy like when I cash-strapped economy, because cash-strapped in a sense, people have their money at home, they don't have the confidence in doing business. So the economy, so there's no flow, there's not much flow. Because even government contracts, the government be Abraham contract say, while you make this what load. If you go now morning, you go cash, you check, the bank will not get money. What if you say they happen? You will come and don't starve, they not get money for making a work. So they will catch, hey, brother, not pay one more, they not pay one more this. They don't even understand, say, the bank not even get Leones. So give you for make you go pay there. You understand what I mean? So a whole lot of things and then they should have looked beyond. Instead of beginning things, say, law injects body, like bank of say, the central bank, don't give $5 million, don't give this. No. They were just empowering these guys. And these same so-called syndicates, these guys, and when they run this thing, those dollars, not even stand as alone. You go surprised for say most of them dollar they wouldn't be talk so. They outside salon. Immediately the injector. Now so then they go out. Now so then they take them outside. Now so then they take a certain for leader, then they fear Guinea markets or Ivory Coast or whatever side with them, because these are international business people. So they should have looked at all that scenario. I hope say they can look outside the box next time, see how they able for encourage the commercial bank, work with the commercial bank and make them able for move out instruments. You have those commercial instruments, those banking instruments, we then able for attract people there. It better because it's sustainable. Mind you, say person can put 20 million, Leons, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million at commercial bank. Say for the next 1 year, you will get this percentage of your money. You get confidence for even can put 1 billion because you know say it will get money. What thing will happen? Will control inflation. That dollar rate when they go pop, 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 when they go, it will reduce or it stagnates. So even the situation they will solved. They should have looked at it that way. You understand? That done. Cancel Sylvia Blyden. Sylvia Blyden, everybody they pick fights with. So I not even listen to Sylvia again. You understand? Because sometimes can they too much of one thing, not even good again, too much. Everybody you don't come out say now you make peace, now you got me use or whatever for this, you can't put this, you fight this, you fight that. Anybody will say that was they are not they defend the mayor of Freetown, but she is a professional. She has an ACC. She's a chartered accountant. And you know the ramification when you involve in dubious practices, it is loss in license. She will never practice as an as a chartered accountant. It's not like her. When I even done a medical say do medicine and never ever practice or do one operation. No, that woman don't work as a chartered accountant. You know exactly the implications of the profession where in day. You understand what I mean? So if the auditor general then go audit, you have this different form of audits. You have different specification, different reason why you go audit. That money where they talk about where they raise say eyebrow, not a government money, than they. If you listen in conversation, it tells you say the money that was tagged with a specific person. If audit say alone, audit the general or audit say alone want for go audit some money, then go use a special approach. Or the same system, but then go use the specific audit for that particular money because those funds come for a specific project. What's in the auditor they go do? Auditor now for go validate, for go check see the test of control. For say you use, the basic form of reporting standards. You see say it complied with with accounting principles or whatever. See that they meet standards. You understand procedures. Then they go check. Validate and see where these receipts are these payments made, where did the account go to, where do they let me see evidence that the money was released. Those documents is to see the true and fair view then they come up with. It's not like auditor they go catch thief man. No, so many times when auditor go, then they go to not see anything. Then they go to see nothing because even some of the things then will go come up as a red flag. If they're not material, the risk not greater, then they flag them up because in immateriality. They need to flag them up because they want to not get that kind of risk or tendency will go cause any damage or will go cause people they don't get money. Now, when certain things, certain amounts, you understand what I mean? Then they go before. So, when we see that they make, man, it's just one for talk because all the people the way they talk about Abiose. They make the mayor disgraced you, man. The woman disgraced this because the auditor general, Lara Thomas, whatever, accuse you, say you got money the way you take, and you go investigate this commission of inquiry. You come out, you can't clean. Say what's the call. You begin to make so you get that beef with the lady. So all this way they do so. Now people that way always get beef with. And if they, so they see they see the credibility in the whole thing because everybody where they mention now the whole way they mention so now people the way don't pick fights with when they try for pick fights with for waiting. If you want to do a good job, let her change her profession and then study accounting or whatever. Let you know exactly how this thing not to forget team up she done a radio. They talk that layman talk. She doesn't know anything about audits. She doesn't know anything about accounting. Make it go in store. Know exactly what thing then entails. Before they can begin to talk so, they talk. No, this is not history. This is people's profession, and the people that way they measure, they're qualified chartered accountants will get a paper. We know the implication that if they found one thing, they lost the license for practice as a chartered accountant. They knew exactly. Not to then go do audits. Then the audit. They have a team. They audit partner. They got people that will audit senior. Where they go audits. Not to lie, they go audit. Sit up. Say I want to see this paper. No, you get audit senior. You get audit whatever. When at the end of the day in charge, they only sign documents. Then review. Then look at everything. You understand? So basically, the way they make like saying, "I do myself audits." No. No, don't pass them on it. You got audit partners, you got people that way they in charge, where you believe with responsibility for go audits. That then they come back, whatever. So if they want for audits, that special fund, the way they talk, where they raise Vuvuzela, like say what it's easy for audits. Because it's not government funding, it's a separate account, it's a separate money that came in. You understand what I mean? So now me won't take it on there because if I want to elaborate on this, I will stay. I mean, it's more longer, and other people then probably want for me give their input. You understand? But I mean, let it just don't suffer. Let it focus on areas where you know say, but becoming one thing unnecessary. Everybody want for pick fights with. I mean, that's not done. Then you want to be politician. Who will you say go vote for you? If you make this kind of tendency, you don't pick fights with everybody. Who do you feel say go vote for you? You go for build bridge. When you want to be a politician, constructive criticism will help you. But what they do is like picking fights with everybody. We're not even happy political career or in political whatever way they part. I feel say I'm probably depressed or something else. And I'm going to take it on the Abraham.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome, Abraham.
We want to say thanks to Tony Tuejont and also Usman Kamara for their own submission today. You ready to listen now? They turn the mic to you. 232-78990-991. Nana WhatsApp. If you have a call, 232-78990-991. That's now WhatsApp. Or you can call direct, not on WhatsApp, United States or United Kingdom, not on WhatsApp. United States or United Kingdom. Now direct call. United States 1-646-610-3107. United Kingdom 44739-803-0402. Phone lines them open now. If you want to be part of the program, you get the opportunity now for call. Or if you feel so we don't do good, then in the next 5 minutes, we dey left here. Okay. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Sir, concern from Australia.
Yes, sir. You get 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to just speak from who said the last analyst do some analysis. I want to make we the audience understand, say, you get people the way they practice or go study something at the same time when they come out of the university, no ever get interest for follow that field. It happen, it gets a lot of people the way they work in disability, where some of them are nurses, but they're not like for work as a nurse at the hospital, but they work like disability, they work other factors, they do Uber job. It's the same as you have people that are doctors in America, they practice in that field. You get people all around the world where some of them are lawyers, them. After they don't come out law school, they're not interested. Maybe they go find another career. So that people for understand. It not necessarily means that because if you are blind, you go study doctor because you know pray therefore it's not. No, it doesn't count that way. It doesn't. That's not the issue. The issue here is if we get a sober parliament, Sylvia Blyden don't make an audio wherein she said she has more evidence and documentation, she knows a lot. If now in a sober country like America, an ethics committee, they call on closed-door meeting, like a whistleblower. She goes there and I explain what she knows. From there, they do an investigation. Again, and not mean say somebody in an auditor, an international auditor, means say you're not corrupt. This is not just on logical reasoning. You have people that are auditors around the world that are still corrupt. They do dubious activities. You even get millionaires in America like Donald Trump. Where people they feel say not for corrupt, where it gets corruption. You get people who are bank governors around the world, you see they stoop them down because they are corrupt. It doesn't mean because they are bank governors, they have the credibility or the certificate of being a part of the accounting committee around the world, they are not corrupt. You have people who are in every field that are corrupt. That not means the accountant and auditor and accountant register international means you're not corrupt. There are some people who work in those institutions, they are corrupt. Just tell me since until not catch the it or not get evidence against the it of corruption. But it happens. Let we come to the Bank of Sierra Leone. The Bank of Sierra Leone get for do the central bank get problem. The problem again, I'm not going to blame them because now how the banking system in Africa, more especially Sierra Leone, we need to use ATMs a lot. We need to use bank card, they already pay people in them bank. We need to use FPOS then at them and buying institutions they like traders them or shops away register for use FPOS them. So at the end of the day, the finance say sometimes they get people who they do trading. When they go to this bank for go collect the money they want, the bank they give them. So sometimes that again, the bank, the central bank and the banking institutions them in the country for look at how they disburse money to their customers them when they need the money. Now, salary go, you want 20 million, we go, no money, no, they give 10 million. So you make people a lost confidence in the banking institution. So at the end of the day, a business person, we want go see good for go buy. He wants the money when he go to the bank for get again the amount we want. But if you not go there several times, like for Christmas, and then go take some money in that bank, if you want 10 million or 2 million, they go give you. So people lost faith in the banking system as a whole. They start keeping the money in their houses. So you can't blame the people. Now the financial institutions, they need for change the game, and also they need for work with the Minister of Energy and Power. All this over the struggle, so we not get 24 hours electricity because all of the financial institutions using FPOS and internet servers them. They get for expand the network and make the things very accessible and reasonable to people. Then, you know, all of these things get to play a lot. It got a lot of connections. You can't say you use FPOS where you not get an efficient mobile service at the country where the network they always stay down. So if somebody don't go to FPOS, they pass the transaction, network they down. So all of them things get implication. It's only not to one side they look at this. All of these places get connections. So if one side is lacking, it affects the other things like. The financial institution go and put FPOS now all business centers a way one for we say okay by compulsory anybody who a registered business country anybody who want do if we make an FPOS give to a customer inject money through the bank into this FPOS so they give now. But somebody go for go pay they go say the internet day down they pay pass get for use back in physical money. So all of them things and they get related consequences then. Like for Samura, me just want Dr. Samura for being an aspirant and we get the tendency, we get a greater chance for lead the APC, make it just follow the due process. By so, you set an example. Just come out and say, look, I'm going to follow the due process. I'm innocent. Let's give the Lord a chance to make me follow the due process. By so doing, it calm down the situation and make people understand, say, when you self-come as leader, you accuse person of corruption, you don't go say Samura be say no they go. He say no they go. He say this one that himself and they go because Samura not be say no they go try it. So you as a political leader, you need for set the pace that look, this is an allegation that is false. I'm clean, and therefore, whatever at any time the ACC call me, I'm ready to appear and answer to question. By so doing, you don't set the format, you don't set the bar very high. That when you come to power, God make you win or you win election, you become president. You want other people to follow the law. But if you as a political leader become intransigent, say, no, I need to go there, when they call me, I need to go there. What about if you win power, you want other people to be investigated, and you want them to follow the due process of the law? So for me, they encourage Dr. Samura, make it just follow the process of the law. If it's not guilty, it's not guilty. How many people don't call, now the ACC are not guilty, what they lost cases there? So let him just follow the law. Thank you so much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, concern Sierra Leone. Yes, caller ID live on here. Your name and side call from, please.
Me na you the call from Mainland.
5 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Triple A. We tell the previous speaker then thank you. They will continue for bless we all. Me na one question I want to ask Parliament. Parliament, they want to tell me say they not been see the area where severe blood in courts. Now the original report of 2019, where they say they go for go audit FCC. Some silent day where they not able to get answers. They not been see them. Why now? Because of severe blood in raise up concern or make an audio, they pull a someone letter. They say they someone the FCC mayor. They not been see them. This is like a shame to them. A shame to parliamentarians there. Then they talk about they can listen where the chairman they talk say this not about politics. But then they talk. The people the way they follow politics, the one who are sympathizers, the one who are supporters, and they take us in our political witch hunt. Because if they don't pull this Auditor General report from 2019, if with that thing they been there, why you not call the mayor, they know someone and for let you go answer questions there until severe raise concerns before they call out Monday. You know, now a shame they do their job. But hope say that money will they measure if you know you go account to them, we'll get for no later. But if severe about instead the turn more for Chinese in company character, we'll get for no later. Right now, not get for George, pass the report come on after we don't investigate. The other thing again about this kidnapping stuff, AAA, we even talk, now me want to know how they feel. It's very scary. Now similar thing where they happen in Nigeria and Cameroon. I get me co-worker out the hook. Right now they free for good in Cameroon. So as you going on with them kidnap you, they ask for money. Once you not get that money, they kill you. No waste time. So if that thing they get Nasa alone, then the police there, then they go and downplay the issue, like say now play something. Then I they ask myself back as any Sierra Leonean, they say they don't set up a cyber crime bill. How they go sit down when they go monitor, when they go pay money through mobile banking or any ear money? How this they happen where they say they get expert there where they monitor? This will they ask this question how this they happen? Because it's very scary. It makes some people they afraid for go salon or when you go salon they afraid for worker. Because all that thing they already explain so. It's very scary, you know. It's very scary. I mean, we are listening this, now we're going to know how I feel. Then the other thing again, AAA, the president are listening, we even they address the youth then Moyamba. You know, as a leader, you know, say now to I'll get for copies. Leader, you voice it mean a lot. But the president, I don't know, it's out of frustration. We use some words they're supposed for use by public. You as a president. I'm not going for blame. I know say now frustration, but it happen and corner something. Now he say he won't come back. So he say, you know what? Like act like saying I'm not the president. That's becoming afraid. You see, them about they are because of the politician they don't use for give them rum and other things there for me them who cause problem. They don't get respect for anybody. Even the president talks, they don't get hey, listen. You know, and a shame to we. Then say let the party come on our policy, let the young man come. But look what's happening in parliament right now. So it's like, Lord left the party move because the young man who they come, then what's past the party. Anyway, that's all on the line. May God bless you and God bless for my salon. Thank you very much, Pa.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller ID live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, this is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask the bank governor a question. Now, would he pay the $68 million to? Now, would he bribe the money to? You know, even tell me it. They need for ask these questions. Would he get the money to? What's $68 million just missing? Because that $68 million, you know, they're not alone. You know, they're not no bank not alone. Me and the bite and back that $68 million, they're not no bank not alone. And this administration not get mind for fire this bank governor. Me and the bite them back they not get mind for fire this bank governor because if they fire this bank governor, they tell all the secrets the way there. Because slowly, now God they come up behind them. So when the bank governor just go spill these things about the $68 million. Inside parliament, now they go spill this bean so they come back for can't tell we are another lie. You know, because when they talk, you know, say the man a lie, they lie. Because what if we talk in parliament? If you talk with more confidence, then what he can't tell we now this audio, you know. But this they go again. Who said Ben Kefala? Ben Kefala they free to this alone. $68 million they missing. Who say you there? Who say you there, Ben Kefala? Man, they don't fight corruption, man. They all corrupt. The bank governor and the rest of them, they all thief the money. You know, that bank governor, they help for thief the money in that country. And they all, yeah? When they come and say they go redenominate, they don't redenominate nothing. And they all help for thief the money, and they all by the same cabal. You know? Then coming to Sylvia Blyden, I know you want to talk about Sylvia Blyden because you know, the people, you're not useful again as alone. The people are not left for the talk about Sylvia Blyden. You're not useful. You know? Even the parliament, they're not useful. They're not useful at all. the first in command in parliament, the second in command in parliament, not useful. The big man like you, they go try for intimidate woman in parliament. They try for intimidate the mayor. What did they intimidate the mayor for? All you need are document they need. You don't need for intimidate the woman. When they don't get one common sense, they don't even know how to run the country. They don't know how to run nothing. They're like, when the country do they deteriorate. They don't know nothing. Absolutely nothing. They don't know how to run. Nothing. The first auditor general report will come on. They're not even debate in the parliament. The second one come on, they're not debate. This one has one for come on, they don't fire the bank governor. You know? And they're not even worried about that. That the mayor and then they call for going to interrogate the mayor. Young people, and then they take Salon people for a joke, man. The people in the sit-down back and they enjoy all this thing. The country they destroy so much. The auditor general reported for debate on. They don't do it. And the mayor and then they call. Many people, they don't destroy Salon. Salon finish, man. Salon don't done. And one is you know they watch. Your country they go down the drain. They will completely destroy. Man, I don't pray for Salon, man. I don't pray for Salon. Light one and light safe, light not the boy in Kinema. You even free chance and struggle for light. Well, let me your contribution on it, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Let's call it live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Sister Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A, for bringing this I want to start with the bank governor. Waiting even they try for do. I think he speak out of frustration. And in that process, he end up for do say things that way not make sense to we, because we would see and say, well, not something wait for reports to anti-corruption if that's the case. Because if they look and say, if then call the bank, then bring the bank then together and give them dollars, millions of dollars for let them make loans available, and then all of a sudden, take the money, not the one way that we want to be available, and I think say maybe they see and say, well, then don't do it one, twice, it look like say with a bribery, because every time we will give them this money for let something happen, the very thing we want to absorb, they happen. So it they feel and see and say, well, sorry, I'm hearing myself. What is going on? Hello?
We call this caller. We go count Ezekiel back. I'll call this caller. Yes, caller. You're live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
Nami,
Yes.
Nami, you talk to now?
Yes.
Okay. Mean I concern citizen. Sorry.
5 minutes.
Okay. Oh God, Triple A. A lot they happen at Salon that if you want begin for talk, you don't even know whose side you get for start the talk for where you go up. But let's ask you something, Triple A. You believe say swear the cage? Aha. And the female that the country just even like say the mommy in herself, the swear where it be swear. The swear on the cage. Because for later back governor go sit down. If you want to explain, as he call himself a professor, I believe say for use that word bribery. That are the last word we in before supposed for use, because we don't need even the journalist them or the newspaper them for can explain it to we, because that word they alone, even that man in a village, if he hear him, he know already what he mean, because the country that word they so rampant that everybody know what he mean. And with me, like me, so I would expect say now if the governor, if he not get something better for talk, if he don't see, he keep quiet. But the second come where he comes safe back, he just can't warm the fire. We be expect an apology. Like where he can, so he can't apologize and talk to we say no, I'm sorry, not to so I be one talk. That what they just come on me mouth. But for later man come back because they don't go chook, they don't go warm and fire. The one them way get the money them because now them now them self among themselves. Now they get the money. They wouldn't be don't hold the money. They don't keep a lot of leons and they host them. They don't know how them for take for work with them because the money too big. It too plenty for move with. So now I make them come back together and pull that sense. They say, "Look, we do on this way." So then pull the limits so that then people then they will be able to come back, can they reduce the rate for them, for let them come back, then can make them money, they add more money for them back, and then carry them go. Outside then get for care and go. You know, this kind of thing, then by now we be the expect say, Mr. ACC, for don't stand up because and you know saying in the fight corruption, in the fight today, if in the fight when I talk and say yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So we be expect say if we don't come up now for begin the talk, now we hear something from them, whether I go begin can search from the past back governors them, whether they say we don't do the same mistake with this one can do as well. But no, they all just don't then keep quiet because they know what thing they go on. It's so sad. It's so sad that the country then just don't take we all for be fools. Something and you don't need for go school for let you know say it's wrong. Even if you not go na classroom, you know say when you hear him, you know say this thing is wrong. So and you know the people, and first of all, we politicians, they know the shame. They not take we seriously. They not take we make anything. Because if that man, can apologize to whether he come back and sit down, they make some kind. I don't know the defense where he bring come now him bad off now him just make the thing just worst. And during the program, you ask a question. I don't know the judiciary they're waiting the statement where they give or Mohammed Kamara in partner with the release, where they talk say whether that kind of statement for come out from them. You can't believe at least in one audio when the president did it and from Weird. I don't know who's gathering where them go pa where some confusion or waiting take place. They do what they want to come out from a president in mouth. I asked myself, what? I was shocked. I said, what? We begin and then they listen to this kind of words. What are they teaching them? Waiting them, who's trained where you want to give. You say you want to train them for be better politicians. In that manner, you talk to people them that public, manner where even you pick where you're gonna host, you're not able for go get money for talk to in that manner. It's a shame. It's a shame that we the country, we all the say other people in the cause, but now even they say what they're not the leaders they now then the cause pass because the words the word they use they're not appropriate at all for use. It was a shame, and anyway. Tripoli is too much that go because Sylvia Blyden you saying something that if you do one pass mark, people are not they take you again seriously because as one of the panelists then be talk, I don't know what in problem. I don't they see and say now it just they pick fight with everybody. Now that woman where she don't we feel say everybody for focus on them. Where if we get a problem, we the woman, we all not a woman anymore, everybody stand up. We see say then sees advantage, but now we stand up. So why if we see say then they sees advantage by somebody else, people are not supposed to stand up. If they can't, if they put themselves, they say if we want to talk, now in people for talk. Oh, we don't talk for them. We don't fight for them. We don't allow for them. God make they don't left them. I don't know why it just they pick fight with all the woman them, but this bridge is the way it born so. I don't know what it get for happen to them. Tomorrow we go ready for cross. Also what it get for use for cross. It get for be careful. Now a woman who get so much respect for her be like. But this venture just the same. They all over the place. It's just too much that we don't know what thing they gone at the country. But anyway, let's just stop now for today. And I tell you, thank you for this great job what you do. All right, now give other people a chance. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, thank you very much, Kola.
Bye.
Yeah. Yo, don't get Ezekiel back. Hope say now he go fine. Yes, Ezekiel, continue, sir. Ezekiel. Look like say today on.
They get me now?
Yes, they get you now.
Okay. Anyway, I've been they talk about the bank governor. It seems like he talk out of frustration because even the CNC then they give the banks their money, then they give them money, but then all of a sudden that same amount they vanish and then they give them more. So the CNC look like it's a bribery. I think by your analysis, you asked the question, which in a way reserve system will get, because no bank really, because bank manager, branch manager, we know they keep that much money na the vault, basically. But every week with the order. So if somebody show up in a bank today, now the bank, he say he want $50,000. I check my vote amount. If he know enough, I say no. We get for order for you so that next few days we come, we'll get that day for you. Bank not they hold that money, huge money in the bank. The reserve, the federal government and hold the reserve, every week. Then they go put in how much we want, then supply we. So I don't understand the process. So you ask a brilliant question. What is the reserve plan we then get today? Because every week or every month, 2-3 weeks, that actually the banks therefore go and request within the one for take. At the same time, they can send money back. Because they don't forget all billions of Leone sitting in their vault. For their own protection. In case insider play crap and then get armed robbery. Then go end up for clear the whole vault. So basically, I don't know how the central government then they do the reserve process. And again, the other thing where it connects to that. Somebody be mentioned that now the banking process is still will get. We are still stuck in the 1800s style. How long we card usage, appear in the party of the world. Even some African countries, you don't do now for how many some years now. Up to this time, this is the reason this way, even the fiber optic way then go with. Now we reach on the end. Now we first get them before they go Liberia and Guinea. How come then they make good use of those things? We take today, then just they make a mess of it. I remember the 10 way they been they do that fiber optic. One guy been there way be no accounting. If it stay for going at that place, they all of a sudden way the money begin go down because of that area the commodity. People and defend all kind of way for just destroy things, even the thing way for being national benefit to the country. As long as businesses they not get access, and card services providers they not did in the country, and bank not they even try for connect with them things and they or find way for set them up, we will continue for struggle because for them the money economy, every little thing we want pass money, it's not easy. Even the reason why would they worry about we change $200 all of a sudden pass it put inside bag. Now because of that, if we know the banks then we get card services with the business, then the user, you no need for go then send $200-$500 for you. Then your account, you get your card, you go do all your transaction we want to do now a lot of places. You don't need cash on you. So this not a compiling thing where it's so deep, So the idea of somebody be mentioned, say, because you study economics, because you're not professor, that don't mean say you get any idea of how that thing they work. You can be accountant, but when you go into any businesses, then get the your accounting style way then they use. The one way you don't learn a class, not to the same thing that they go use na that business location. Or what you don't go learn at that business or location, not to the same thing at that other business. All of them then get the same principle, obviously, but the way how then they apply it is totally different. So if you not there in that process, all of a sudden they can't put you on top. You need to surround yourself with people that way they're brilliant and good, get experience on their side and the OS. When they can begin get this quagmire, why you go feel say now for just go sell dollar to them so that then go get loans and then that will suffice now the market. Okay, if that's not the problem, when you summon them for let them show you the financial transaction for the month, even for the month, hey, you bank been get this amount of loans. Let we see your transaction report. From there, you go tell, you go show, and then go show you, or you go see how much billions of leons was dispersed that weekly. Every teller within at the bank, every night, they balance. Within the balance, the reports they show how much transaction they deal with. So all these things, you go under there, begin talk about bribery. Makes sense. I think the way it stack on each other, so we just get for find a way as a country how for begin, move from one stage to the other, would they bien, we come to all these things, every time, everywhere you go, you for get that bundle of money on you. All this, the reason we they encounter all this difficulty where they come on. The second thing where I want to talk about is that I listened to the audio too of the president. This not a thing where is surprising that the problem that they with the leadership who will get in Sierra Leone and in most African countries. When we fail for lead with transformational ideas, then we resort to force. So his reaction basically now force. Transformational leader, they listen to people and give the people for let them vent their own part, and quiet them down and then begin for talk and begin for give ideas, But when they apply that for a moment and then go back, then get then third voices where they come to them. But you not the president, why for allow that thing there for happen? But you not the president, why? So everything now has to be forced. Anybody will sit down there, therefore either mole them up or slap them or whatever. The truth of the matter is you can't hide the truth. Somebody been the pull the parable say the peace by somebody in leg, then you tell us in rain they come. No. If you believe that, then because you put a gun on head, and I make you go agree with you, say yes, now rain they come with a smile. But the moment we left, they left her in a disgust and pain. And say, who's kind of wicked man this? He can't peace by me, then they tell me say now rain. If he say I'm blind, I'm not the see. And this is exactly what is happening with the leaders then. Then they continue for life about things and way we know the truth. So the moment when they talk, then they then go applause if they want for support you, or then go agree if they know say gone day around, or they know waiting there for happen after that negative reaction to you. So as a result, they all go, succumb. But when you commodity, the truth is there. The truth, not the truth. You can't change it. The rain they come, them no say na rain. When you peace, them no say na peace, you peace by somebody in leg. So, Lord, we begin for tell the truth. Obviously, politicians, we know say no to everything. Way then they tell you say it now that then go do, then it happen, because we know the circumstances around that, because all involve money, and not to the human money and not to the human economy. Now the country economy, where it gets so many things them, where it push things them around. But if you just become a little bit truthful to the people, and people then go listen. By now, the reason why you didn't get any reaction, Mr. President, because we're going to make we get for revamp we airport. It's not revamp. We get for get bridge. There's no bridge. We get for get hospital. There is no hospital. Sir, it's not raining. Not to rain. So this is why if you feel say you will get the reaction where they get, now because the people that know say not to rain they come. Now something else. So you can't go back there and tell and say it go happen. It go happen. So by this time now you get your message prepared again in a way that we go give hope to people, and hope they only begin to happen when you definitely realize certain things that way then they complain about, and then they will listen to you for the hope. So please, I know say definitely, with the African culture, we would also use that. If big man, they talk everybody for listening. I want to let you know, say, the parable say empty bag not it enough. It's prevalent. It day all over now. So do please, exercise patience and use your leadership um, style way they carry you go in our office and try for see how you go bring the people them again into buying into what you they try for see. And this only they happen when we begin for see at least baby step to waiting you they try for see. Baby step, the price don't go down for food, the price don't begin go down for iron rod, the price don't begin go down for cement, the price don't begin go down for gas, all these things. So before you they begin for take people them again to another realm, Lord we see for us waiting they address this realm where we did now. Lord will begin see that. Thank you so much, people.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'll call it to a last caller. Look like say today will not get tomorrow. Ezekiel don't take Umari on side. We get caller gist number, but I think you'll not be able for wait. I'll see if I go able to get them. If he's still Leone, call her from WhatsApp. I don't know if you listen, but will they call you now? Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and who the call from?
I'm a concerned citizen.
Yes, sir. You get 5 minutes.
People, at first, I want to give plenty thank you and all the contributors that will contribute by this relevant program here. At first, secondly, I want to pray God guide and protect Sarah Leone. Because reality, people, we don't know how they're heading. A gist like where I say you come out of the fry pan, can I the fry pot, can I the fry side. So we don't come out. The expectation to this present government will be too high. We don't really let it down. Sincerely. Because all in promises in manifestos when give it's time of election, we know they say none. Traveling from here and there, you go particular things will be say not beneficiary to the country status. Just imagine comparing Sierra Leone to Guinea before. Sierra Leone will be ahead of Guinea. Just few months ago, we don't take power in Guinea. So many changes. Dollar will change now over 1 million some money. Guinea and another something for Guinea. Even today, President Bio Kankenima nearly bank kill person in Kenya. A convoy too harsh. We don't really know how we go to. Rest where you don't sleep today, tomorrow. Rest don't go to another price. Where they don't sleep tomorrow, iron rod don't go to another price. Where they don't sleep tomorrow, cement don't take another route. Take musicians, they waste this country resources. How many billions it is spent by footballers in Sierra Leone? Every traveling trip where they take in getting a first lady, where they always accompany. We don't see nothing with this part of this country. Light na sufferness, food na jombolo, water the worst. So we want to ask Madabi, who say one carry? Always make false promises. You go to you and go make lie things about Sierra Leone. You say they employ over 95% youth don't build hospitals, schools. Even the government hospital like Kenima. Patient go to the last term. He ill. They're not able to attend to that patient until he die. With medicine, they say free healthcare. When you go for medicine, they say medicine or the direction of pharmacy outside of the hospital. It is very undone. For instance, look at the Auditor General. Why must she be sacked immediately, accompanied with an assistant? We all have 2 weeks for read the auditing report. And yet still ACC they going to talk of corruption. They even comment on that side. They buying picking, they go over media, they advertise different currencies of money. Why the masses in the country we strong things that happen at this country, we say we don't really know who's how we do go. Look to the back. Another vehicle turn up free turn by Mamboree Junction. Fire this to fire this to who's how we do go this week country. We only pray let God help Mama Salon. Because the Mama Salon will be know before this time. Not only now. We really strong at this country, brother. We strong. Sierra Leone. May God direct you. Let God bless this week county. May God send for we a rightful leader. We will come lead we in the right way. But we stand right now. It is too much for the country. Heavily burden in this country. Higher education, no protecting. First lady to go over me and talk say, if you really expect a man to pull from your pocket for Gibo and Kenema night. As a first lady, 24 hour, the Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. For what? So thank you. Yeah, let God guide and protect you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you say today you don't miss so, because I'm waiting for BB the last caller. For BB one not against you, 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, I call, I don't call, since you for don't see me miss call, but thank you very much for pick me call up. Let God continue for bless we all and let God continue for bless we nation. Let me say something. Something that to go right with Marabio. Something that to go right. Marabio now is the burst into flame, anger. When you listen Marabio in interview with the BBC journalist, look at Marabio in body action. You don't know say something that to go right. When they ask Marabio question now, it burst with anger. Answer. Where Omar Fofana be the interview Marabio, and I know say this guy, either APC don't get outside and one time, or the media that don't get outside and one time. You see the anger where in the answer question them with. Now the same anger now go display so. Small young man, because instead of say young youth, it tell us say, shut up, idiot, get out of here. President now in the talks on a public now in your APC, in your SLPP gathering, who side and go there. Which can what then they where Obama no undergo, even though many they support them. Donald Trump he almost go to Kenya for go looking for Obama and that he's still not that age. The more when they go after the guy, the more the guy they come down with a soft tone of voice. The one that Bush stuff, that's what Bush been there. Now Trump maybe they go a little crazy. That's what Bush been there, small Bush. What thing they go on with Marabio? Something that they go on, it look like say the media don't really they get into it. This bank governor, and the thing is where they talk, it look like the Marabio been go look for your uncle now Texas, because I don't know they say that they been the lecture. It's your uncle you have considered now. The guy don't know what thing they talk about. He not get no clue. Now the same guy is what to say in they can combat the trade dollar guys them and able to creep with them. He tell we back say in the time where the money will go down, where money not be there, they put 3 million, 2 million. nothing that happen because before you put the money done. But why enable put in a professor that this is land for? Why enable put modalities them together for combat this crisis? Now you don't know nothing about economics. You don't know nothing about economics. Now we can call it voodoo economics. You don't know nothing because you don't know what they do. Then just go put on there because of the name. Now this they kill Africa. We get engineer, then when us sabi build bridge from the bathroom to the bedroom. But then they call the engineer. Why they call me Momodu? Now me name engineer Momodu. Call me Dr. This. So you don't know what they do with your doctor. You not professor. Go sit in a classroom. Now this is the problem. Because that professor, if I know how to handle with money, really? This man is dumb. Not dumb. But again, another dumb, put another dumb. Go to the crime where we talk about my brother. Now, where's alone they be with technology? The way technology don't improve now, you they see, you be the talk to about that show, Force 48. You they see how they, like then and they make them call them, even Nigeria then crazy, then get money, they can implement then technology then because then they able to trace outside the phone call they come out. That's when they get people enough for say, oh, not to me say this, so then they know you go there and talk, they know side they don't go meet you where you there on the phone. Like when then they make them phone conversation and they with the family, they tell them say, hey, when I can't get now the police will go because then they trace the call inside the come out. Then they trace inside the phone, they all the wire they but now that this country, America. You go there and talk, then they go meet you. Because then they know exactly. If you make phone call now, let's say you try for commit murder now you say I get alibi, I not be there. Then they pinpoint to say you phone at that particular time, they tell where you call because they know your phone number. Then they know say you be there because they get call them from your phone. Now that particular area there. So if but Salon not get it because they very easy for catch them. You know, look out to Sylvia. I don't know what's to go on with the lady. Me not the basher because me now one of the one them what be the bubuzela for am trade. So let not look for say now we go after our next by Kruma abu bubuzela for am. No, but unable to understand who say if they come out today, come, he go after the like saying just the pick fight with everybody. Me not to go after in qualification, me not to doctor. So I don't know why he need a practice. Maybe he just choose not for practice. Because we get some doctors then we just decide they're not and they go into insurance, they do medical malpractice. So they even a lawyer, then they become doctors, they become malpractice lawyers. Because now they're good self in a courtroom. Because they know what they go ask you. Because they get degree in that field. But minute they go after, I don't know why he decide for go after the mayor, or he decide for go after Lara. Maybe they don't say something because it look like say anybody will say something against them. It don't talk like first and Donald Trump. He didn't sleep. He get TV there all over a room. As soon as somebody says something, don't they clean. It don't fire back. It don't go after them. I mean, it just crazy. But with at the come again to Marabio, he get for be careful. The country is really bad off right now. I get my small sister in the run, they go Guinea. And then they say, I understand, say, he need to agree go again. Because when he change the money right now, the dollar on the street, he buy 1,239,000 or 240,000 leons. So if you buy on that high day, then you go to Guinea in low day, you need to do business. So in the final say, most of the people who they go Guinea right now, they need to go Boku don't left. Then they do not in business now inside Freetown. It's more than that to be they do. So I don't know Simon Bio they can we go. I mean now me that the one next then where they attack me brother in Philadelphia they talk. But I don't know next time that Bio he don't give up. I mean the country they go bad, and that NGC spokesman, what's his name in himself? He don't talk this long time ago. Not to Dennis Bright, the other one. Not to KKY. KKY, the other guy, the Creole guy. What's his name himself? Yes. Julius Spencer, we don't can talk this na 98.1. He say he ain't got. He says Salon they go down like a bad dream. This kidnapping. He said na India and Nigeria. He don't call on for make we security apparatus them and we president let them open. Marabio, you know care. But at the same Marabio this way, I don't know Marabio, maybe they feel say invincible. Salon is a small country. If craziness, then and if that craziness can a young family and self not for be out of it. Thing like the one that if for nipper at the board, like what make him say nip it in the board. And police and the car all the time they talk say kidnapping not there. But we they see the cases them all the time and they kill people them and they kidnap young people them. But matter be a police and the car all the time they deny. That word where he talks so let me tell you. Serious syndicates there na salon now for everything. If good technology be there for the investigation, you go tell me back one day say CID or police then get hand on this kidnapping where they go on. Now I make the case they never pass. How the guy do not say the woman and people are gonna CID? How you do know that? If not, then they pass word to themselves. Now, syndicate, just like what the talk try, they say, they may get two pastors, religious people, and one imam and one pastor guy. When are they and then land grabbing them? Then guy then grab you land, you case they pass. Then get lawyer them, then get judges them, then get police them. Where they work with? You case they go no side. I see you case reach there, now they in the left. Now the same thing that happened. This kidnapping, believe me, you police and CID they handed it. Now then they give them information because you can't say the pass. They handed it. This now is syndicate. But who are you to go ask? It look like say now free for all. We not get government. Marabio, to me, I don't talk and try the people and they believe Marabio, it don't lose handle. It not just one can tell you say it don't lose handle. But it don't lose handle. Marabio able to control this country again. The lawlessness, the pitch way on the end, and the team this way, it's not a stadium. It tell you say they can fight 3 war. Indiscipline, lawlessness, and corruption. Corrupt, indiscipline, lawlessness, and they at another stage. The last one I want to talk, please. Now, but with religious people. To me, I swear, Pastor Mambo then they get on me nerves. And then they get on me now. Because these are one of the people we're fashion for the attack with cultural activities in that country. If they get on me now, they need to move away with that. Because even the Muslim country, they all get culture. They all get culture. If no one join Soko, no one join Poro, no one dance something, so be it. Let we do them. If we go hell, let tell God say they want them the dance devil. It need for come up behind that they talk say na satanic business. It's I understand say it even talk to the government for stop them. In business when they get that power and get respectful for their family business, but it don't they get out of hand. Let come up behind we. Now this is culture. Let go preach that aside. They just got for come up behind with culture. If you know one dance devil, you know one joy pero, that's your own business. If you want to tell God, say, look, then they come, Satan, then they come, then they road. Let we go deal with that now. You need for pull up with society business and culture business. Let preach and preach. Now that's the moment, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Well, our last caller. And I saw with the local team for today. The banks then get ATM. Okay, some banks get ATM. And even this mobile money, the only problem is now the charges. The charges them, where then they charge for transfer. And from one bank to another bank, they work so. We all see how, okay, I don't know, you see how the video raise money, where he said they give to charity. Why make you able for do am? Because the kind flexibility of banking within a Nigeria, not in a salon. Person not able to grab self, you say, erase that kind of money in a salon. Not the salon. Because the bank, they all frown at each other. You do also, you day, I do also, I day. Even the mobile money, where you go say the AfriCell money and the Orange money, you do also, you day, I do also, I day. So, flexibility not because everybody wants to rule in power. The system. The bank governor get a lot for do. Get a lot for do. Not for saying not possible. It is possible. It is possible. But get a lot for do. For make and come to pass. I don't want to make this one. We don't there for over 4 hours now. Go left here. One ladies. One jump again to 2 hours. Go left here, eh?